stage. Okay. Very sorry about this thing. Uh, Greetings, 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 waiting for who is coming to join first. Who will be the first person to join? Who will be the first person to join? I'm waiting to say hello. Welcome, first person to join. Hi, how you doing? Hope you're good. First person to join, huh? Yeah, first person to join. Please do go to like and also leave a comment. Please let me know who's watching. Can you hear me loud and clear? I'm making noise. If my phone is making noise, kindly let me know. If my phone is making noise. If my phone is making noise, if you can hear me, let me know. But today I'm starting very late already. It's already 11:35. So by midnight, that is 12 a.m. These days, I'm obsessed with using my laptop to do the live because it gives me the landscape view, and also it gives me the most authentic audience, like those who really, really want to watch. Okay. So, interesting. And so, welcome to the live coming at you from Ghana, West Africa. So, watching and also, just do what to like, say something. Ronald Country Boy, thanks for joining. I'm happy to have you here. Yesterday, I didn't see you. Hope you're good. I'm good. Yeah, before anybody asks why I wear also and music, it's so intense. I need to cover my eyes. If not, I'll not be able to use them effectively. So that's the reason. The sunglasses in a room turned into Mara. So welcome to the life. Okay. So um, here in Ghana. All right. So um, volume has some feedback. It has a feedback. Is it an echo? It's an echo. Or maybe it's my fan. Maybe I just go and put up the fan and see what it is. What like the mic is okay, so what? Did I want to do kind of like a reaction video before I because this one's a video I made yesterday. Yeah, someone asked, is it okay now? The volume has echo. Right. Now I can fix it. I don't know if I can fix it now. But I don't know how to fix it when I start recording. Channel. Wait, I don't know. Let me switch out the find it. Is it okay? Is it okay? Can you hear me now? Is the volume okay now? Let me know if it's okay yet. Is a fan blowing into your microphone? Yes, that fan. It's very noisy because the regulator is not really working well. So I always have to put it on the very high mode. All right, so we are good now. Oh, it's clear now. Okay, that's fine. So welcome. Hope everybody is doing well. Now is only one person, so hope you are doing okay. I'm also doing very well, as you can see. Even if I'm not well, I have to be well. What's that? You are clear now. Okay, now. Okay, now you can begin your rambling. Ah, God. Oh my God. Okay. I can begin my rambling. So welcome to my life. As you guys know already, I'm here to ramble. As the Roland is saying. Hola, buenas, ¿qué tal? Hey, what's that? Hola, buenas, ¿qué tal? More viewers will join eventually. Yeah, sure. Amen. Buenas. Okay, gracias. I'm fine. I'm fine. I don't know what you mean by that, but I'm okay. So, pursuant to the video I did yesterday, someone asked if I knew about any herbs that, can reduce the effects of dementia. Okay. So I made some research, listening to some priests in my hometown, in my native language. That one I understand it very well. Like priests who deal with herbs. So I found one for the person. But before then, I don't know if the person is there watching, but I just want to use it to make the video. So yeah. But before then, I found something very interesting, right? No puedas hablar en español. No, I can't speak Espanol. I can speak what I'm speaking, even this one. Not too good. So you can imagine, oh, with this fan not blowing there, I cannot wear this thing. No. All right, so how many of you? I don't know how many Ghanaians are here. I was thinking that K KGH1 will be here because he might understand what I want to say. to the dementia part. English. No, it's here the English. Regis Peterson. Mabel. My name's Mabel. He says he cannot speak English. Oh, okay. No problem. So, wait, I can't speak Spanish. But today is your first time joining my live, right? Thank you for joining. Do what? Like and also subscribe. Oh, I wish I can put on the fan because the place is really hot. I'll start sweating soon. I'll start sweating. I don't know why I don't want to be showing my arms. Okay. Have you ever invited anyone on your live before? No, I haven't. I haven't done that before. I don't even know how to do it. Is that possible? I'm using StreamYard. They turn your fan back. Turn your fan back on, Mabel. My fan makes a lot of noise, and anytime I turn it on, I get the same feedback you gave me. So I'll just manage it like that. Yeah, have you guys ever heard of like when people are, they're about to do a task that's very tedious here, especially here in Ghana, they'll start saying, hey, boy, hey, boy, hey, boy. And different people of different tribes say it in their own way. In Ewe, we do choboy here, choboy here. And we're thinking that it's really an Ewe language. To me, ever since I was thinking that, okay, it's some kind of, something they say to energize themselves and it's our language, not knowing it's actually an English language, like it's a sentence, a whole sentence in English. And that thing emerged from when the West or the British, when they started coming to Ghana, like traveling to Africa. In those days, they said they traveled by boats and when they are leaving, but I don't want you to burn up. That is it. I'll be using this thing to blow myself. Hmm. And it's late too, so I don't want to open my window. 'Cause I'm scared. I'm waiting for Cerulean to join. Join. Yeah. If you put a fan behind you, it will not affect the life. It's actually fixed. It's not something I can move. It is fixed, constant at a place. Ceiling fan. It's on the ceiling. It's on the ceiling. So I cannot move it around. You understand? I cannot move it around. So if you ever heard people, especially those fishermen use this sentence a lot when they're about, you know, pulling that their rope they tie to the net. You hear them saying, "Choo boy," they'll be singing, "Choo boy, hey, hey, choo boy, hey, choo boy," not knowing. when you hear them doing that in your own, you feel like, okay, they are speaking the language, like it means something they are saying in your language, but not knowing it's actually an English language that they are speaking, but just that the words are not coming out well. A small cover for your microphone. I'm not using the microphone. I'm just using the laptop's speaker. Yes. So I can't change. Yesterday I was able to do it for the noise not to be too much in it, but today I don't know. So like I was saying, where is the speaker? Where is the speaker located on this laptop? Me, do I know? It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Don't worry. I'll be fine. I'll be fine. I'll be fine. So I'm just waiting. Then I'll give that tips on the person who asked yesterday for someone suffering from dementia. I made a bit of call and I also did some research, like people who deal in those kind of stuff, especially from my hometown, those who speak my language. And I know when they mention the herbs, they mention it in my language. So I really know what they are talking about. Some are herbs that, I've seen people using before. So I'll just give that out immediately. Then we go. But I just want to say this, like keep saying this one for the person to join, because I guess when he joins, he will leave a comment for me to know. Right? So yeah. So we were talking about how this Chobwe came about, right? How the chanting of Chobwe came about. Let me know now. How the chanting of Chobwe came about. Yeah, I guess you have heard, a lot of your locals, especially if you're in Africa or Ghana, you've heard a lot of your locals saying Chobwe when they're about doing something that involves a lot of energy, like especially when they are in a group, they chant this to be able to get the energy, to have the cohesion to be able to, do that teamwork. They normally chant this Chobwe. And especially to when people are playing football, they say that too. And fishermen also use this a lot. And in my mind, I've always been thinking that it's something local, but not knowing it was something. Siblings. Welcome. Thanks for joining. Okay. So not knowing it's not um um that phrase or sentence actually is not originated from a Ghanaian language. It was actually English. It was when the British, I guess it was the British because they were the first, the main people to colonize us. So I may think, but then the person that was explaining it, yeah, the grandfather that was telling the story didn't mention whether it was the British or, but I just said the Muzungu, the white people who first came here, first when they were traveling to Africa, they were coming in boats. They were coming in boats, not necessarily planes, because those times you can imagine it was long time ago. They were cruising. Come in boats. Say, how are you? I'm doing well, siblings. How are you too? Yesterday I didn't see you. I was here yesterday, but you were not here. Hope you're fine. Lo siento, tengo que porque no. Oh, jeez. Man. What does it mean? La siento. La siento, tengo que time. What does it mean? Bye. Oh, why? Because you don't understand what I'm saying. Please don't go. Anyways, if you even want to go, kindly like the video, okay? Okay, siblings, I'm doing well, thanks. Okay, good to know that you are fine. Okay, let's go back. So what we were talking about, we are talking about where the chant Chobwe originated from, how it came about, how our people started saying that. You know that a lot of the words that we say in most of the languages are English words that we have, how do I put it? Polished ourselves to make our own, to make it our own, like something like Creole that is speak in other Caribbean countries, the Creole, the Patois, or most of those languages are English that they have, added their local languages to it and polished it, and they have just, made it their own. They're giving it a name. So same applies here in Ghana too. There are several ways that, we here speak and we think that they originated like they are our main language, but not knowing it is not. One of them is Choboy. So hold on, I'll tell you how it came about. Like I said, as I said, yeah, I'm always saying like I said, it's not correct. As I said, it originated from those explorers, the white explorers that came to Africa in those days. When they were coming with their boats, not in planes, right? So anytime they come and they are leaving, let's say they are leaving with a boat and they need people to actually, push it for it to start moving. You can speak French? No. No, I can't. I can't speak French, okay? I can't speak French. Unless you want to teach me. Can you speak French? I thought you said you can't speak English. How are you able to write you can speak French? How are you able to write that one in English? Hmm? Regis Peterson. Regis Peterson. How are you able to write that one? Where are you watching from? Regis Peterson. Peterson. So when they come in the boat and they're about leaving, most of the time they need a number of men to help them push the boat to start moving. So in that they have to, say it in English because they do not understand or cannot speak our local languages. So most of the things they say it in English, and we try. Sometimes we're using, interpreters or people who can translate into the local language. I am from Chile. Oh, nice. Wow. Interesting. It's a small world. Chile. Mm. Don't go, okay? Let me remove that distance from there. Yeah, from Chile. Let me put that one there. Interesting. Sarah, please, you want to join the live? You were asking me if I've allowed anybody to join the live. But Haitian. Wow. I love Haiti. And I love people from Haiti too. I don't know much about Chile. Yeah, but I've seen a lot about Haiti. Mm. Okay, so when they need men to pull or push their boats, that's when, you know, they had to tell them, what was I even saying? Yeah, they had to speak their language, they did the translator. And those days, to whatever the British or the white people say in their languages, the locals too want to say the same thing. But then they do not really know how to say it. When the thing resonates with them, like the energy, they feel like it's something they can replicate. They also try to say it the same way as the whites are saying it, but then they end up saying it bagala shabala in a different way. So that was how we came about. Cho boy, hey, hey, boy, hey. Every language say it in their own way. Like every tribe say it in their own way using their language. In Ewe, we say it as in chobwe here, chobwe here. But the thing is actually hold the edge of the boats. Can you imagine? When I saw that, I was really marveled. He was an old grandfather that was narrating the story, right? So anytime you now hear people, like a group of people doing a teamwork and chanting Chobwe, just know that it is not their original language, but then it's originated from our slave masters. They used to tell us to hold the edge of the boats before pushing it so that the boats can move. And it was an energizing sentence then, because we were working in a team and everybody do it with some form of cohesiveness. So they all do it together and the boat is able to move because it's, pertains to teamwork. That's why when you see people in a group doing something, they use that sentence to energize themselves, you know, for more good energy for the work to progress. Anyways, so if you join our fresh, kindly do want to like the video, leave a comment, let me know where you are watching from, and also share. Share for others to join also. 5 people watching, and I'm grateful. One thing I like about using the laptop is that you actually get like your real supporters watching you, not just people scrolling and scrolling, and then you have a lot of views but not like real views. When you go to your analytics, you see that it's 0 hours, although they'll write it that maybe you have 10,000 views, but then it amounts to nothing when it comes to the watch hours. But this, I've seen 5 people and they are regular, and it's constant 5. It's not a number that is fluctuating. Yeah, so that is how we came about with Boy. Okay, so now if you hear people saying that, you know where it originated from. I didn't know, I got to know, and I feel like it's interesting. Let me share it with you. Anyways, you might find it interesting or not, but let me know in the comment section what you think about it. Please leave a comment. How can we donate to your channel? That's my channel doesn't have any donation, nothing, because I don't know how you can donate to my channel. I'm not eligible for a lot of things. So with time you can donate. With time, okay? Patience. Patience. So today, the main thing that we want to talk about is some herbs, okay? Some herbs, but maybe I'll just talk about one. That one is the most important for the yes, it's interesting to know. Okay, yeah. Thank you. If you find it interesting. So pursuant to the video I did yesterday, let me stop shaking. The video I did yesterday, talking about some cereal like what did I even talk about? Millet, especially millet. So yeah, one person that watched was interested and was asking about if there are any herbs for like slight mental instability, kind of. Okay. So yeah, some people call it dementia. Basically, it's a form of illness that affects the brain, right? Or your process of thinking and reasoning. It affects your cerebral activities like thinking and reasoning. So with that, with that, one common thing that I know, that one is made like most of the time I see my grandparents. Every time I talk about my grandparents, because those are the people I know who were using those things. I've seen them using those herbs. And then when you ask, they tell you that this is what it does. And I only don't depend on them. After like doing this, I try to also research to see whether those things that they told me are they really correct or not. You understand? So sometimes not everything you find online, because some of most of these things in Africa, they have not been documented. We are not fond of documenting our knowledge like the West. So some of these things, you know them, you don't share them, you just keep it in your brain, and you go down to the earth with it. So yeah, when it comes to things that have to do with the mind, one thing I've seen my grandparent, especially my father's father, using, and my father's uncle, that's also my grandparent, using. For him, that my father's uncle, who is also my grandparent, never even visited a hospital before. One thing he normally used was the neem tree, right? The neem tree. I don't know if you know about the neem tree. It's something very common here, but not necessarily in Accra. But when you go to the outskirts of Accra, here in Ghana, you find them a lot. They are very common. But then people don't like using it, even though they do its positive side effects. But then because it is very, very bitter, people tend to turn their backs on it. But it's very effective when you use it appropriately, right? So Nana O, thanks for joining. Hi, how are you? Nana O, please like the video. Okay. Here I cannot see. Why can't I see if someone has liked the video? I don't know. How do I know? Please do well to like. I beg you. All right. So one of the ways that he used the neem basically was just crushing it. First of all, he washes it very well. You go pluck the leaves, wash them, crush them, and drink it from time to time. And when you do that, they say it cures malaria, like in Africa here, and more especially in Ghana, malaria is a very common illness because of mosquito bites. Okay. Yeah, so he drinks that from time to time, and I've never ever seen him going to the hospital ever in his life, right? And another way that my other grandpa uses it is, for him, when he talks, he was using it for like people who were, my granddad was a priest, so he dealt with a lot of people. People may be sick and come to him for all this herbal stuff. Just that me, I was not always around him, but anytime I have the chance, I see him with the herbs, I'll ask, what does it do? That time I was very young, not everything will be in my mind, but at least. So anytime I'm around and he's doing those kind of things with the people, I really observe. So with the neem, most of the time what it does when it comes to using it to treat something about the mind, they crush it, they pound it in a mortar. They pound it in a mortar. But first of all, you have to wash it, pound it in a mortar, add a little bit of water before you pound it. And after that, he makes it into balls, into round balls like pills, and sun dry it purposely so that it can, be used for like a period of time. When you sun dry it, it can be preserved for a period of time, so that every morning you take a pill of that on an empty stomach before you eat anything. You take a pill of that and wait for a while. But then he combines it with turmeric. He also does the turmeric powder, add a little water, and make that one to into balls and dry the two separately under the sun. Under the sun. So when it dries well, that is when you can preserve it for that period of time that you have to be taking it. Yeah, so that was how, you know, when you take that, they say it makes, I've not taken some, but they said, but they said, he told me it can boost your alimentary canal, like your system, the cells that are not necessary in your system. It will do what? It will destroy those ones, like the dead cells, and then renew other ones in your system. So basically, if it's able to do that, we can also see that it can destroy cancer cells also. But you can also do your research, because I know that they said cancer is kind of like cells that are not needed, that are dead, but then are still remaining in the system, and also partaking in the body's whatever. So you can do your research about that. But basically, that is what it does. With that, it sharpens your brain. It sharpens the brain. That was what he told me. And also, researching online, when you research about neem, see all these things about it, like all these things that I'm saying, the basic ones. Yeah. And in Ghana here, sometimes the name is even called the village pharmacy. So you can just imagine the reason they call it the village pharmacy, because of the things that it can cure. People just don't like it because it is bitter. It's just like the bitter leaf. It also does a whole lot of stuff. But then, because they are bitter, people try to, ignore. Even the seeds, they are very beneficial also. The birds feed on that a lot. When the seeds are ripe, they are very sweet. But then it's the seed that is bitter. And also, but mind you, the neem, it destroys sperm cells. So if you're a young man taking it, you have to, take it for a very short while, be living some gaps in taking it. You don't have to. If you are someone who wants to reproduce, even if you are old and you are intending to have more babies, then you don't have to use the neem leaves. It can't destroy sperm cells if you take it in abundance. That is how strong it is. Like I told you, it destroys cells that are not needed in the body. But generally, when you take too much of it, it can destroy your sperm cells if you're a man. But ladies, no. Ladies, if you want to use it in that regard, so pertaining to that, it's also used as a contraceptive, a very natural one. A very natural one that doesn't really have a side effect. You understand? That is if you do not want to. But mind you, this is not a medical advice. Disclaimer. Disclaimer. I'm not saying you should go and use it as a contraceptive. I don't want you to come for me. I don't want Bill Gates and co to come for me that, hey, I don't want people to buy their contraceptives again. No, please. Those who are interested in using Bill Gates and his people's contraceptive and be having so many side effects when they are ready to have their babies now, they can no more have babies now. Can go and use it whilst you have natural stuff for it. Yeah. So that is it for the name. So if most people watching me are elderly. They have already had their young ones already. So you can try the neem. It cleanses your system like before the day even starts. When you take it first thing in the morning on your empty stomach, it cleanses you. It makes your brain very sharp. When you are growing to your brain starts becoming like very slow in response to stuff. Like you quickly, it's easy for you to forget about stuff. Some little stuff. So when you take this, the neem, it can sharpen your brains a bit. Okay. I don't really take it myself like that, you understand? But I know it works because people around me have tried it, have taken it. Okay. Now, my father's uncle that I'm talking about, her mother, she really lived for so long. She was 120 before she passed on. And trust me, she passed the usage of the neem to his son. You understand? It was something she was always using. She never had a problem with her eyes. She never had a problem with being very troublesome. We had a well in our house, okay? And a lot of people come to our house to fetch water. Like one of the first houses to have like well allowing people, like people from outside, anybody can come and fetch the water. And when children come there and they are misbehaving, come and see this grandma with her walking stick chasing them. Grandma, very old. She was 120 when she died, but she was very strong. Chasing when the even people like from 18 going, she still chases them when they are, misbehaving. So you can imagine how strong she still was at that age. So all because of using herbs, because those people, me, I've never seen them visiting the doctor like that. But I I was rather the one my parents were taking to the hospital always because me, I'll never drink those things when I was young. Those things were so bitter. Unless they force you, they have to force you by force. Sometimes they have to force by force, by whatever, before you can take it. Sometimes it's cane, no, it's cane. Ha. But now as I've grown and on my own, I love to use herbs a lot. A lot. You're very informed. I try. I try. Okay. So that's it for the name. And also we have this one called the Is it Sodom apple? But here we call it the wagashi leaves. The wagashi leaves, right? That one is very good for like the brains also. And someone who always is like having like, I don't know how to put it. It's always having aspirations, like something as if something is choking you, your nose is blocked, and all that kind of stuff. You can, you know, um, how will I say it? The wagashi leaves, which is called is it Sodom apple? Sodom apple. They use it to make cheese, the cow milk cheese. Here in Ghana, we call it wagashi. That's what binds the milk together to form the wagashi. So it's used by especially those who are vegetarian, those who practice vegetarian, they use that wagashi a lot in place of meat or fish. They use it to prepare their soup, their stew, or even they grill it or they can roast it also for their to combine with their food. So that's the leaf that they use, and that leaf is very, very, very medicinal. For that one, I've used before. I use it for different stuff, right? So with that one, if you want to use it, it's normally you you crush it. I don't know the way you do it this way in your palm. You wash your hands very well. You do it and then you squeeze it into your nose, like you sniff it kind of. You continue doing that for some time, and that blockade or whatever will be gone. Will be gone. Those are simple things that people who really are immersed in tradition they do. Sometimes when you are showing those things here, most people will say that they are Christians, so they wouldn't use it, especially if someone like a priest that is a traditional priest is showing those things or teaching those things. Christians don't really accept. But then a lot of orthodox medicines are in the pharmacies that are from India. Indians are not Christians. You buy a lot of pharmaceutical drugs here in Ghana. Most of them are from India, made in India, made in India. But Indians are not, they are not Christians. So they have many deities that they worship. Deities made in the form of people that's walked, you know, the face of the earth in the past, thousands of years ago, like Krishna, like Shiva, like Adi Yoga, all those people that they make their forms. They make a form for them like a deity and they worship all of them, believing that okay, they are gods. They make them into gods and they worship them. They are not Christians, but we consume their medicines always. But then when it comes to our own, we say that we are Christians, so we will not use it. Me, I don't have a problem with using herbs, even if it is a traditional priest that shows me. It is herbs, it's not made by the priest, it's natural, it's coming from the earth, you know, the land, the soil, and we, the human being, we are one because we are all coming from the earth. Everything, your body is the earth because everything you consume is basically from the earth, right? Even if it is meat, the meat got its body from the earth because they feed on herbs. Most of the animals that the wild animals feed on, they also feed on herbs. So almost everything is coming from the earth. So it doesn't matter whether you're Christian, you are whatever. Religion aside, tradition is older than religion. I guess before people became religious, they already have had their tradition before they became religious or something. So yeah, tradition will always be there. And if they are showing you anything in terms of tradition, don't just push it aside because you believe in some sort of religion. Okay, you were not born religious. As you were in your mother's womb, you were not a Christian in your mother's womb. You were not a Muslim. You were not a Buddhist. You were not a Hindu. You were not anything in your mother's womb. It was when you came out and they started teaching you whatever it is. And mind you, then when they give birth to a child, like right, the child, nobody teaches a child that even if nobody teaches that child that there is a supreme being, that child will get to know because the child will be seeing things around like, wow, this thing is here, like I've come to meet this, and definitely knows that this is not the creation of my mother or my father or my uncle or my siblings. The child will automatically know that this is from a supreme being. Everybody have a name for their own supreme being, right? They have their own names. They call what they believe is a supreme being. In English, they say is God. In my language, we say Mau. The tree, they say Nyankupon or Nyami. The Gan say Nyungmo. The God Dangbe Nyungmo. Hausa, Allah, or Arabic, Allah. Yeah, so it's just we trying to, apply our own understanding to what we perceive as the supreme being, the concept of God, right? So yeah, as to whether there is God or not, yeah, that's another discussion for another day. Yeah, everybody believes what they believe, right? Or know what they seek. Okay, so yeah, that is it. So those are the two main herbs that I researched and I want to tell you. So if someone has dementia, they can use that sodium. I wish I can show you the leaf itself. That's the wagashi leaf, right? The wagashi leaf. That one is very common here. This thing. Can you see? That's I don't know whether it's sodium apple or something. You can Google it and see if that's it. But that's how it looks like. That one you can sniff it. But before you sniff it, you need to, heat it a bit, not in water. You point it to a flame or some ember, like a blazing charcoal or something. You point it to it so that it does as though it's shrinking a bit. Then you crush it and squeeze the liquid out of it and sniff it. Yeah, you do it for a number of days, maybe 7 days, and you shall be good. Sir Roland, 120. What is 120? Well, I'm old. It won't affect my sperms. Okay, that's good. Is that leaf only native in your area? Not really. I don't know whether it's in other countries, but they are very common here in Ghana. Even in Accra here, you can find it in some people's homes. Yeah, it's also at Tetegu, at my auntie's house. They have a lot there in their house also. Quadio DJ. Quadio DJ. The name, as for the name is common. Depending on where you live, if it's a bit tropical, you can have it. You can have it over there. Yeah, those who are living in, is it Tennessee or whatever? Me, those your names. I don't know how to pronounce them very well. I learned to have some name there also. The name trees over there also. Looking at the weather of Florida too. I guess you guys may have it also because it's very tropical. It grows in tropical areas, in rainforests and all that. So yeah, the name there, it has over 150 compounds in it, and they all do several works on the body. So you can imagine, very effective. So you can try it. Yeah, you are lucky you don't have malaria. Those in the US, you guys say there is no malaria in your, like, you don't have that malaria in your country. So but Ghana here, we do have. So people who know consume the neem a lot. And it also whitens the teeth. Mm. When I was young, I'm so young though, when I was a child, my mama, every morning, if you don't take care of your teeth, then that day there's no food for you. No food for you. Those days too, we were not, fond of using toothbrush. I don't even know whether at that time our village cry they know what is called toothbrush. So most of the time, my mother would dig a small hole, fetch the white sand. The sand in our village, some are very white, some are very reddish, but then they are very coarse also. So normally we use the white sand. Very beautiful, very nice. Okay. When it's dried like that, it's very nice. You can even drink it. Sometimes you look at the sand, it's looking so nice. And in your mind, you feel like, this sand will be delicious. And if no one is watching, you know, you drink a little and swallow. Just pray that your mom doesn't see you doing that. If not, you get a spank for your buttocks. So that's it. She used to mix the sand with lemon or lime and charcoal or ash. Those three combined, use it to clean the teeth. It whitens the teeth. Unless you naturally do not have white teeth, then that'll be it. Some people's teeth are yellow no matter what. But if your teeth are white and you use those, very clean. If you have halitosis, then you can resort to that from time to time. If you have the time, enough time, yeah, you can resort to that also. Use some charcoal or ash, then use some lime, the juice, mix it. If you have some good sand around, you can mix it with it. Use it to brush your teeth. And after that, you use the neem stem, like the stick itself. You can remove the peels on it, the skin on it. You can remove it, then you chew it. It's bitter, but it's very effective. For that one, dear, we used to chew it every day. Even now, I chew it. Me, I'm not the brush type like that. I brush once in a very long while. I will not lie to you. Most of the time, I'm chewing the Ga. The Ga tribe, they have a certain sponge, a local sponge that they chew to clean their teeth. Most of the time, you see me chewing that a lot. These days that I don't go to my job, yeah. If you are working, maybe you not have time to do that because when you are chewing that, it brings out a lot of flames from your throat. You understand? Lots of mucus. So yeah, and you know that mucus too is the cause of a lot of illnesses in our body. A lot of mucus in the brains is what causes the mental instability or the dementia or whatever. A lot of mucus in your colon too cause a lot of illnesses. That is why in the past, like when the elders realize that someone is not feeling well or they visit someone who is ill, the first thing they will do is to, you know that thing that they use through the anus. what is it called? Is it called a syringe? Yes. You use the syringe. They will do some concoction with some herbs and then they will, pump it into your anus to get to the colon so that you can, ease yourself, ease your bowel. So it brings out a lot of flames. You understand? So it's a lot of mucus. When you listen to Dr. Sebi too, you will see that he talks about those things a lot when he was alive. When he was alive many years ago. Yeah. But these things are things that our parents from time to time used to do to us. Especially that syringe that I'm talking about. I even have it here. This thing, let me show you. Mucus. So you chew that, the Ghana people sponge. I chew it a lot. Yeah, I'm too local. I'm too local for this place because me, I get tired of doing all these modern things every day. If only I can find it, I will show it to you. But I can't find it. I don't know. I don't know where I told you. I found it. Benchwa. Those who are Ghanaian will know this one, this thing, this thing. Kwado Didi, hi, hello, thanks for joining. Where are you from? I'm from Ghana, sorry. This thing, this thing. Those days when you see your mother holding this, you don't want to get closer to her because you know that they are coming to do you stuff. Sometimes they grind ginger, cloves, those hot spices. They will grind it, add water, and strain it, and they push it into your. Then you have to go and eat yourself. And if you are not feeling well within some few moments, you'll be feeling good even before. If they have to visit the doctor, they do. So this is what I'm talking about. This thing is what the Gans use, the Gan tribes here in Ghana. That's what they use a lot for cleaning their teeth. And this thing very effective. Natural fluoride. Natural fluoride in this. Mhm. So with this, if you swallow, nothing will happen to you. But the toothpaste, the modern toothpaste, if you keep swallowing that fluoride, it's not too good for your system. So those things are not meant to be, you know, used every day. That's to me. So me, I don't use them every blessed day. I don't brush my teeth with a paste every blessed day. Maybe sometimes I'll do in a row, maybe for a week, and I'll stop and resort to these things or using the chewing stick, or using one thing I use also the most is cloves. You chew the cloves. The cloves is pepperish somehow. You chew it and you use your brush. Oh, that is too effective. And it leaves your mouth smelling so good. There's clove to have some kind of minty kind of flavor and smell. So with that, oh my god. Imagine you're going for an interview. You're going for an interview and you use the clothes. When you get there, you are speaking to them because sometimes when you go for a job interview, you have to face like the interviewer, so like this, and there's an AC. And if you don't know you are going to be blowing fuse, you can be good, you can be the best, but they will not they will not choose you. They will not choose you, my dear. So yeah, those are some of the things you can actually use or apply. Like they are very simple things, not expensive. But I don't know about your place, but this here, clothes are not that expensive. They're just 50 cents, 5 cedi, 5 cedi. But then sometimes we just find it difficult to, have them. But when I go to my aunt's, especially the one at the table, she has all these spices over there. Her morning tea is all these spices, the cloves, the ginger, the whatever, different kinds of them. She combine and boil, and that is her tea in the morning before she takes anything. And you can imagine those people, they are very healthy. Healthy. Okay. So yeah, I think myself I'll start using the neem. Like how I saw my grandparents doing it, I'll start using it, because if I were still using that, you think that I'll not be, straining my eyes that much, always complaining about my eyes, right? Because my grandma, and so she was old, but she never had problems with her eyes. She was very energetic, very, very energetic. Those are the things that we have ignored in thinking that, oh, it's a new world, all those things are primitive. And then those people who were primitive, they tend to live very long. And with that, we feel like we know everything. I'm not saying that we won't die, you will still die. If it's really your time to die, no matter what you do, you will go. You go. That one there is K. That one there, it's K, but it's just good, to at least appreciate the piece of life that you are, this body. You know that you're just here briefly, like briefly. So whatever you can do to enjoy the body, you do. Not to suffer in pain and at long last you still die. That is for me, it's a no. What I always pray for is that if in any case I have to live here, I don't want to live with a lot of, suffering in terms of sicknesses, and that my hair is doing me this. Someone has to take care of you. You spend a lot of money, and still you will still pass on. At least if you spend the money and do all those things, and you become fit and enjoy your life before you go. It's better, because trust me, this place is where you find your heaven, or your whatever, or your hell. If you are in pain, you are in hell. If you are in, good health, you're pleasant, you have pleasure, you have joy, you are blissful. That is your heaven here on earth, though. Me, for me, I don't want to die before I go to heaven. I want to see the heaven here. If there's any heaven, all the pastors that have been preaching that there's a better place, like there's heaven, you'll be walking on gold and silver, whatever. Why don't they themselves leave and go to heaven? If that place is better, then go. Go immediately. Why are you not going? You are still here. Please don't come for me. It's just a joke. It's just a joke. I'm not saying that if you believe that there is heaven, yeah, that is for you. I believe that my heaven is here. Because I've never seen heaven before, so I do not know. I know that we have the firmament, like the apps over there, you know. Heaven is here on earth. Okay. How do you know there is heaven? Because someone tell you. That's what I'm saying. Because me, I don't know. I'm saying that if you believe, that's what I'm telling you. If you believe that there is a heaven, that that's where you go before you start enjoying your life, that one is left to you. But me, hey, if I have the chance, if I can, I want to see my heaven here. My heaven here. Most of you are living in the US. The US was built on the concept that heaven can be created on earth. That was why they left wherever, Britain, because they were fighting over the Bible. Like when the Romans were there, they were not allowing them to read the Bible and all that kind of stuff. I don't believe in programming of colonizers. Okay. So then the head of the church, how is it called? He advised that, okay, fine. If you want to, use the Bible with your own perception, how you view it. You can go to the US. There are nobody there, just a few people there. You can go there and do whatever you want to do. And they went and they said they wanted heaven here. Their heaven is here. It's not now that they will die and now go to heaven. So me, I want to see heaven here. If there's any. Quadio Didi. Okay, Quadio, where are you watching from? Where are you watching from? It's 12. Okay, myself, I'll be leaving soon. So, the lico I have for you guys. Quadio Didi. All religion have both, not just colonizers. Yes. In Christianity, they say where there is smoke and honey, there is gold, everything. So, it's when you die before you go there or you go to hell. And in Islamic religion, they say there are some virgins. If a man, 70 virgins, that is where you go and enjoy like a lot of women or that kind of stuff. And in Hindu too, they have their own heaven. Like, it's a whole lot. It's a whole lot. So, yeah, it's just something like people who came to earth, like Jesus. Those people have their own, they were more conscious than us, and they were able to see and understand, things more than us, and they preached their ways. As it's left for us to, also become conscious on our own, because me, I've not seen heaven. Cannot just be believing. If it is the firmament they are talking about, then fine. But I don't know how I'll go there. Every day I look at it, so when I work out, can I get there before I become rich? I do not know. So, yeah, don't come for me, you. Don't come for me. I go to church. Okay. Me, I don't like, I'm not too religious and I'm not against any religion, but left for me alone, I want to be very traditional. Traditional. I still want to go to my home and pour libations, even if I'm a Christian. Don't come for me, you. Don't come for me, because every house, those traditional houses, our forefathers, those houses were built on something. So if you come and you ignore those things and just say that belief, it's not everybody that can escape it. Okay. Sometimes you can escape and it will be well with you, but some people too, you still have to add there. When you are there, you still have to go and pour your libations, do your sacrifices, give what belongs to Caesar, and just go your way. Even if you do not believe in those, you believe in what, but that is tradition. Those ones, you don't just have to believe. They actually show you the thing. They do the thing, and you know whether what they said it will come to pass or not. You see it come into fruition, or sometimes you do not see it at all. So the ones that you see with your eyes, you know that this when I do this, it will do this. That one. It's easy. It's better to know than just believe. That's what you know. I prefer, because me, I'm too skeptical. It's superstitious. If you tell me something, me, I want to go and see the thing. Like, I want to see the thing before I believe you. If you just tell me now, I'll just be thinking about that thing for so long. This thing, this person is saying, is it true? As if I do this thing, will it work? So me, I just don't like believing things just like that. I don't know. Maybe everyone is different. Everyone is different too. Mm. Okay, okay, I'm rambling too much. Cerulant. I don't want to keep rambling. Let me end it here. It's 12. So what's the time? Oh, almost 1 p.m. 1 a.m. rather. Okay. Okay. I was still contemplating whether I had to do this or not. Whether I wanted to do it or not, because I was thinking about the fan. It will be making noise. I think. But then that is it. You're invited to our Ghanaian snack. Coolly. I'm still eating at this time. All right. Thanks to everybody for watching. 5 people, 4 people. I like it. People who are really watching, not scrolling. Okay, I just remember someone was asking if I have somewhere that they can donate. I have buy me a coffee. That's the only thing I have. Sorry, at least I have that one. Buy me a coffee is there. So you can buy me a coffee. Dogan Child, thanks for joining. Please like before you go. I'm about ending the video. I hope whatever I said made sense. Especially about the herbs. I hope it makes sense. I don't know. That makes sense. It's just something you try. If you try and it works for you, fine. If it doesn't, that one is fine, because sometimes you buy, they prescribe some medicine for you. It doesn't work for you, but it works for someone else. So it's the same thing. If you use it and it works for you, good. But it's not a medical advice. Okay. It was just herbs used traditionally, and I'm sharing. Okay. Don't go and say I said, please. Just sharing. These days, everybody wants to share. I don't really like to share those things, but then because those are very crucial, it pertains to the human body, and the body is very complex. If anything happens, the person will say, "Hey, you said that this thing does this, and I used it, it didn't work." But then that's why I'm giving a disclaimer, because sometimes I don't know the topic to discuss. But okay, those are easier for me. Those are things that I've actually seen. So, like I said, things that I've seen, those are the things I am able to, talk about more. I'm not just reading and sharing, like history. Okay. History is written by others. You don't know whether it's really true or not. And people can be biased when it comes to history. Also, but this one's things that I've seen people using and I shared. All right, it's okay. Good night, everybody. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate you for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow. I don't believe the programming of the Good Night. Say that again. Hell is here on earth as well. Yep. Anyways, good night, dear. Late, I will subscribe. Thank you. All religions have both, not just colonizers. You're correct. And you laughed. And good night. Yeah, good night. Good night. Let me see all the texts. All the text. All the text. Yeah, my volume. Okay, that's corrected. Is it even called text? They say chats. All the chats. What is chat? How can we donate to your channel? Okay, use buy me a coffee. Zeb from Denver. Is that leaf only native to your area? Yeah, it's very common here. Okay, so Blaze, are you still there? All right, enjoy your night and your sleep as well. Sweet dreams. No bad dreams, so sweet dreams. Okay, Sweet dreams that will actually manifest in reality. Yeah. So see you tomorrow. Bye bye. Roland Country Boy. I love your name. Roland Country Boy. Thanks for staying through. Bye bye.